I think these next two albums are going to have quite a bit to say, so let's just get right into it. Justin, you've been not keeping this one a secret.
Windwalkers, baby! They're back, dropping their second album, first one with Trevor, titled What If I Break?
I think that might be the most enthusiastic I've heard you be about an album in a long time.
For good reason, this album fucks.
It for real fucks.
Like, oh, where the fuck do
Going
I start?
into this, can I just get some quick thoughts out the way?
Yeah.
I'm going to bring up my vendetta real quick, because going into this album, I was like, if Windwalkers want to stand a chance at my dark horse, Dead Talk has to be one of the weakest songs on the album. And damn it, they lived up to it.
What? Dead Talk is the best song on this album. Sorry.
I
had to pause for a second. I didn't trust myself.
The chorus in Dead Talk leaves me so whelmed every time I go back to it.
Oh, bad take, Jake strikes again.
Strikes again, indeed, yeah.
Marking that
But
on board.
with that being said, I went into this album expecting Dead Talk to be my least favorite, and the fact that it is a very promising sign to say for the other new songs on this album.
I love
What a
that
fucking
you're going
metric!
Yeah, I love
that.
to go into the negative. Like, oh, I hate this song.
Oh,
Sigh.
man. You know what? It's a little bit backhanded, but it's praise nevertheless. Shout out this album.
It is very
Fucking
much
slaps.
a backhanded compliment.
Oh man.
Oh, where the fuck do I start?
Justin,
Feeding the Gods.
I gotta
Feeding the Gods.
know, is Feeding the Gods still like your favorite song off this, or how?
Yes.
No, it's not. Oh, it
Yes.
is?
Yes. Yes.
I think it's mine as well.
Feeding the Gods is my
Cool.
favorite of the non-singles. I still think Drowning Hymns is my favorite on here, but Feeding the Gods close behind.
I really like Losing My Color too.
Losing My Color surprised me. I really liked that. I thought with Losing My Color, we were just gonna get like a slower song to bridge Dissipate and Hang Fire. But no, that song stands alone on its own. Like it's almost like an uplifting sort of song. I don't think the lyrics are too much uplifting, but like that slow build into like a almost like, I don't know how to explain it, but just this like incredibly built up chorus that slows them back down, and then the Watch the Vultures Devour the Rest bridge into the final chorus. Really, really well played out. I'm gonna get into Feeding the Gods because there's no surprise that's probably my favorite song off this. Such a fucking good song. It's got such a different sound to it, and a lot of this album plays into a difference of sound, and you can really tell the differences it's been since when Dead Talk, Hang Fire, and Drowning Hymns dropped to when the rest of the album dropped. Because I think you get like a very not like generalized sound into the like that metalcore sound, but then you get everything else that's dropped since then be ever so different and ever so familiar, and Feeding the Gods just leads right into it with such a like really good pace to it. The whole theme around like a cult almost. I love the start of it where you get that theme of like being surrounded in a place, not feeling like you're fitting in, so you're having to like almost draw blood before you can even make a difference to where you're at. And then the other half of the song where that verse comes back up, you get the difference in lyrics where it says, I fucking love my descent, where you're now finally, okay with doing what you're doing to make a stand where you're at in your place, but then you feel like everyone else has, since left, asking, do they like me now? And when that second verse hit, it clicked with me. I was like, fuck. I really resonate with that kind of lyric structure in general. Feeding the Gods has been on repeat since this dropped, and it has been like one of the surprise songs to even touch my top 10 songs of the year.
I
still
can't speak
playing
that
up
highly of this song, but I will say this song was the top of my on repeat playlist the week after it came out.
It's so good. My second up on that would be Euphoria. That's just such a really good feel-good song.
Whoa,
Another-
what a feeling.
Another surprisingly depressing song lyrically for how
Right?
happy it is.
Yeah.
Not. I didn't notice it till like the third or fourth time I listened to it, and I was like, "Oh, like, all right, my bad. I didn't realize we were getting there."
Windwalkers are the second best band to make depressing music sound fun this year, only behind Red Hook.
I love the vocal production that they do on the second verse in or the bridge into the second chorus in Euphoria, where they add a little bit of like tone to his voice, and that's just really good. This album is phenomenally produced for independent band. May I add?
I can't get over that.
Dead Talk got a new production.
And it's now a phenomenal banger.
Yes.
Sleep.
You do sleep.
Yeah, I don't know if I see the hype for Dead Talk. Like, it's okay.
Let's go!
Man.
I think it's just okay.
Thank you, Jacob. I
It's
appreciate it.
it's not that
Like it's not bad, but I don't think it's like one of the highlights of the album in my
Ooh.
opinion.
Ooh.
Like Losing My Color, Defeating the Gods,
Jake and I are gonna throw hands.
Euphoria, and the Bends, all phenomenal for me.
The thing about Dead Talk is that it's a really good start to Trevor's vocals. Like, it was the song that really started his journey with Windwalkers. And I feel like it's a really good song to listen to. Mind you, for me personally, looking at all the songs, it's probably in the last half of the album for me in terms of like what I like and what I listen to most. But that's also just because I've listened to Dead Talk so many times when it drops that like it's hard to go back to it because I've listened to it so much. Same with Drowning Hymns. Like there's nothing wrong with those songs at all. I've just listened to them enough where I'm familiar with them enough that all this new material that I'm now like ever so ecstatic about just kind of overtakes it.
That happened to me with Body Bag. That was like the one single I was like had saved and kept replaying. And now it's kind of fallen off for me.
This is the opposite for me. I didn't really like it as a single, and now I'm like, that was pretty good.
That 3-check stint from Body Bag, Euphoria into Dissipate,
Incredible.
really good. Derek, you haven't said too much on this. What do you think of it?
It's because you've been spitting, bro. This is a fucking incredible album with zero misses.
That's a good take.
If I had to pick one gripe that I have with it personally, it would be that I think that Feeding the Gods and the Bends as an opener and closer respectively are both pretty good. I don't know if, like, for my own taste, they carry opener and closer energy as much as I would want them to.
I
think the Bends
wholeheartedly
does as
disagree
a
with that.
closer. More
I think
so than
Feeding the Gods and the Bends reminds me of fucking Concrete Jungle and Miracle.
Huh.
The Feeding the Gods Concrete Jungle especially.
That one I will give to you. It does have a similar energy. I agree. The Bends. Oh, you know what the Bends reminds me of a little bit is Justin, wasn't Brother the closer to that Nerve album last year?
Yes.
Reminds me of Brother a little bit. That kind of vibey-ish, like, I don't know. The Bends gives me a little bit of a
topic of
reflective
that.
energy.
The delivery in the Bends of the chorus of "What if I break, go insane? How will you see me?" those 3 lines single-handedly carry the entire song for me. It's such a perfect way to tie the album together. With, like, you go through all of this, like, I don't know if I want to necessarily say suffering for the first, like, the majority of this album, but, like, there's a lot of, a lot of the common tropes of this genre of, like, negativity, depression, anxiety, whatever, blah, 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 relationship troubles, mental health, whatever. That line of, what if I break, go insane, how you see me, to close the album is just so fucking good. And the atmosphere that the band closes the album on is so strong for me. Like, I think Feeding the Gods and the Bends are some of the strongest songs on here. And, like, they define what, like, when I think of this album, those are, like, 2 of the tracks. Like, even though Drowning Sims is my favorite here, I think of Feeding the Gods and the Bends first. Just because of, like, the atmosphere that they create. Like, they single-handedly elevate this album a lot for me.
I think the best way I could summarize my feelings on this album is I love this album. Fuck this band for giving me an album this good this late in the year, because what am I supposed to do with my new list? Like Jacob knows. I sent him the alleged 6 albums.
I gave it to the other 2 as well.
Okay, yeah. I don't know if that's going to be there in a week when I'm finished with my playlist. I don't know what's going on anymore. I don't know what might, because I thought I had it. And then I re-listened to this, and I was like, fuck. Because I knew where it should be, but I don't know what I'm going to do. This section of my top end of year list is in a fucking fight to the death. And it was like there was a champion, and then, like, from the shadows, a hooded Windwalkers album came out into the arena and, like, pulled back the hood and just.
I could just see the bust from the album art just coming in into, like,
that was the hooded
gladiatorial combat.
The hooded man from the shadows comes and cracks the album art in half.
It's a fucking nightmare, man. If nothing else, this album deserves to be in my top 10 plus runner-ups, and I want it to be, and it should be, and it is an incredible album. Time will tell, because I can't say, because I don't even know.
Yeah, this is an alright album, I guess.
It's top 10 worthy. Yeah, okay, Justin.
Okay, Justin.
There are a couple locks in for you, buddy. This is one of them.
Justin, this is where you're supposed to say, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I just
yeah, Justin. Every other group
most disappointing album of the year, Windwalkers. Let's go. No, I can't even say that with good conscience. Guys, you did a phenomenal job. If you listen back to this,
this is incredible, incredible stuff. What a fucking statement too to have to be the first album back with your new vocalist.
There's one other moment we haven't touched on yet that I want to speak on. It's in the Overlook, because I don't think we've touched on the Overlook much.
Oh no, the Overlook. Yeah, honestly, I overlooked that.
The kind of, like, muted delivery in the pre-chorus with, like, Trevor's fast vocal delivery is fucking phenomenal. I don't know if I'm describing that part of the song well, but
Derek said it right. Like, this album as a whole is a statement for this band. Like, you go back to the last album that they had, and, like, you can kind of see a lot of the instrumentation kind of bleed into this album, but this sets it as a precedent and just beats at 150%. I think the differences that they made between this and now, with just adding a new vocalist, breathes new life into this band. And it's like one of the rare occasions where you change up the vocalist and you actually get a, like, phenomenal product because of it.
They struck gold with this one in the same way that Drive. Yeah, I was just about to say, in the way that Rain City Drive found Matt McAndrew.
Well, yeah, Rain City Drive is another one. That's why I say rare. Like, we'll be talking about an example on the opposite end of the scale next month.
Well,
but overall, well done, guys. And this is a statement now. Windwalkers Tour 2024.
Yes.
Rain Never Tell.
I don't know if you guys saw my tweet, but I was like, Windwalkers needs to tour with Archetypes Collide for the What If I Break, What If I Fall tour.
I saw that. That was great.
Make that happen. And bring it to Connecticut, please and thank you.
Me personally, I'm putting Never Tell and Nightlife on the bill and calling it a day.
Oh. That's the quickest flight to wherever they go.
Yeah, I don't give a
That's-
shit. I will travel whatever distance.
Windwalkers never tell Archetypes Collide tour. That's the next Hivemind meetup. We'll be
Yeah,
there.
I want
for it.
What if it's the openers for Eminence, guys?
Ooh.
If Windwalkers are the openers for the Eminence tour, then
I have
we
to.
might just
I
have
have
to
to come
make
to the
it.
States.
Everything's coming together. The bottom line is, please go on tour and bring some
Please.
good bands so I can
Yeah.
hear this
Yo,
album live. I need
Come
to.
and this time, come to Canada. All these bands say they're coming to Canada. Like I'm talking to Archetypes Collide and Varsity, and even Until I Wake last year,
And then get shut down at the border.
and then get shut down at the border.
Objection!